Et salut à tous, on se retrouve pour l'épisode 11 de Vampyr. Et on est parti pour la suite. Attends, voilà, c'est là. On est parti pour aller à Whitechapel.
It's locked, all right.
Ah! Merde! Merde! Comment on va? Par où j'y vais à Whitechapel? Fuck. Whitechapel, c'est là. Je peux logiquement y aller par la droite. Ah non, je peux pas. Faut que je fasse tac tac. Tac 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 tac. Ou alors par l'hôpital aussi, là. Tac tac tac. Au pire, ouais, je retourne à l'hôpital, je fais ça, boum boum, et c'est réglé. Ce sera peut-être plus simple. Ok, on va faire ça. Wesh! Bâtard. Bon, on va voir. Ah oui, ça fait plus de dégâts, effectivement. J'ai plus d'endurance. Ça, c'est un truc qu'il faudra que j'augmente aussi, mon endurance. Ah bah, il en est mort. Ouais, donc ça va, c'est puissant quand même. Là, ça rame un peu. En vidéo, vous le voyez pas, mais moi, je suis pas 60 FPS, là. Vous êtes à 30 FPS, malheureusement. On attend la fibre pour pouvoir mettre des vidéos en 720-60 FPS. J'espère qu'il est pas bloqué ce pont, sinon ça va être relou. On dirait que non. Ah oui, c'était là où c'était chaud. Voilà, les embrouilles commencent. Crois-moi qu'ici, c'est là où j'avais galéré. Je m'en souviens parfaitement de ces endroits. Ils sont ultra déter, hein, les monstres. On va pas aller embrouiller n'importe qui, ça c'est moi qui te le dis. On va embrouiller que ceux qui sont nécessaires, tu vois. Parce que les mecs, là, ils sont niveau 16. Hein. Moi, je suis niveau 10. Bah, eux, ils sont niveau 16. 16 ou 19. Ah bah, lui, il est niveau 11. Ah bah, putain, mais moi, en fait, je suis allé que dans les endroits où c'était grave chaud. Parce que là, franchement, ça va. Hein. Miam, 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 miam. Ah oui, 125 quand même. Oula, ok, donc il y en a deux qui ont des flingues. Faut que je les neutralise très vite. Oh là là. Bon, ça va, ils font pas de dégâts, mais... Ah putain, bien joué, bien joué. Wow, je l'ai one shot. Enfin, il s'est déjà pris un petit peu de dégâts, mais quand même. Wow, il est ouf. Fuck. Bah t'as bien raison de dire fuck. Alors combien de dégâts? 250. Ah ouais. Ah, ça vaut le coup d'améliorer ça, hein. Moi je te le dis, hein. La morsure c'est la vie, hein. Sucer c'est la vie, voilà. Retenez ça, mesdames. Bref. Du coup, j'ai vu qu'il y avait du loot. C'est quoi ça? C'est des pommes? Citron là? Peut-être des noix ou des raisins? Ça va, ça se met bien. Là-haut, est-ce qu'il y avait... Ah! Salut! Je ne fais que passer. Je ne sais pas où est-ce que je suis. Ah, j'avais déjà fouillé, peut-être, non? On peut rien faire ici. Putain, c'est pas très accueillant tout ça. Bon bah merci. Pour ces petits dollars que j'ai récupérés. Allez, on a 100 mètres. Engagez-vous, classique. Et ça c'est pour la marine, d'accord. Donc là je pense que je peux sauter, non? Ah non. Dead Inside. Ça me fait penser à The Walking Dead. c'est en face. Mais non! Mais fils de pute! Mais voilà, putain, oh là là, terrible. Eh, il a abusé là. Ça me met assommé, je clique et en fait ça me bouffe un rat quoi. Oh l'abus.
This is despicable.
Restez chez vous, la grippe. Everyday. Attends, on va écouter. C'est ta première patrouille? Oh, tu me donnes envie de te déglinguer. Allez. On va y aller, on va se faire un petit plaisir. Ouais, je me casse en fait, vous êtes beaucoup, j'ai la flemme. Et il rapporte que 5 XP par gars, donc honnêtement... pff, la flemme. Ah, c'est ici que je dois aller. C'est déjà un petit peu plus classe que les... Enfin, je sais pas. Je sais pas si on peut considérer que c'est classe. J'ai des pulsions vampiriques, désolé. Bien joué, bâtard. Ah, j'ai gaspillé ta mère un peu aussi. Ils font pas d'efforts là. Voilà, l'autre il est arrivé de nulle part là. Ok, je prends du dégât pour rien. Allez, les trois en même temps là, y'a quoi? Quel est le problème? Oh, ça me régène. Je sais pas pourquoi, je régène de la vie comme as. Il s'appelle Roger le Mur. Ah oui, il me semble que j'ai amélioré mon pieu aussi. J'ai amélioré mon pieu, ce qui fait que... Il est chiant quand il fait ça. Ah bâtard, bien joué. Ce qui fait que j'ai besoin de mettre moins de coups avant de... C'est un gamin lui. J'ai plus d'endu. Oh, tu casses les couilles. Allez, tu m'as saoulé. Ok, y a pas plus de loot. Là c'est un passage j'imagine. C'est pas là où je dois aller mais je vais aller quand même regarder vite fait.
It's locked.
Ouais, ma vie elle se régène. Ah mais c'est quand je suis pas en combat, c'est vrai, j'ai oublié. Mais tout à l'heure j'étais en combat et ça se régène aussi. Donc... Voilà, c'est où je dois aller.
Whitechapel.
Ah.
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Petrescu. La propagande. 70 mètres. Putain, on est loin là. Hein. L'hôpital il est ici. On a fait un petit chemin quand même. Donc il y a un refuge pas loin, mais je sais pas où il est. Grande boîte de pilules. Violet. Du loot violet, donc à mon avis... C'est bueno. Doit être là le refuge, à tous les coups. Non. Là... Ah. Ouais, il doit être là peut-être. Non. Il y a Albert qui a des problèmes, on dirait. Je sais pas qui c'est, mais... Wesh. Oh! Ah, je peux pas... C'était obligatoire, ça. Je peux pas courir, là. T'es qui, toi, frère? Ah, je peux lui parler, ok.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say? What?
Lui, c'est un fils de pute, je vais le bouffer.
What happened? Who are you? I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor.
T'es un docteur, toi.
And no one can help me. Not even you.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Migraine. Moi, j'ai pas de traitement, frère. Voilà. C'est un de seuls trucs que j'ai pas pu créer. Ok. Et elle, c'est Dorothy Crane.
I will see you later. Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife. Albert's mother. She was sick.
Attends, mais il vient de buter son
Long
fils.
before the flu and all this shit.
Il vient de buter son fils, ce fils de pute.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Qu'est-ce que c'est connerie?
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
T'inquiète pas que je vais le bouffer, lui. Je vais le soigner, je vais le bouffer. C'est comme Clay Cox, tu sais, le chef de gang. Ça, c'est la même merde. Ah merde, mais il est pas mort.
All right.
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you.
Je pensais qu'il était
I'm a
mort.
doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Tu vas te calmer, garçon.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
Attends, mais Palmer. Ah non, non, j'ai confondu. Ok.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Do you need assistance?
Merde. Voilà, comme ça il rapporte plus d'XP. Enfin, plus d'XP.
Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
A gun?
Ah bah on est dans la zone où on peut parler à tout le monde du coup. Inconnu.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous
Oh là,
cure
toi je vais
for this
t'insulter.
unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Ah, elle vend des trucs, fais
I'd
voir.
like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Nice. Oh ça je vais l'acheter. Ça a l'air d'être un truc pour faire une recette on va dire. Voilà. Ah oui les munitions je les vends tout le temps parce que ça me sert à rien. Merde.
Good evening.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Celle qui dit ça.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough.
Ah merde attends.
Perhaps
Je veux savoir si elle va
Good
bien.
evening.
you look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I'm perfectly fine thanks to my miraculous elixir. You, on the other hand, look pale and tired, Doctor.
Un peu ouais. Oh, c'est une grosse tête, elle. Ouais.
Goodbye.
Ok.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even
I
the
could get
clue
some
is
work
no
in
match for the Swanborough cordial. The Swanborough
Il y a des gens ici? Ouais. Je vais aller voir. On va parler un peu à tout le monde.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Ça va être le gamin, non? Non, c'est juste un mec. Ok. Ok. Putain, lui il est chiant par contre à lancer son jeu là tout le temps. Mais bon, c'est pas grave. Ah, ok, donc la quête celle-là. Là c'est fermé. Ok. Et ça doit être la zone safe derrière. C'est un peu comme l'hôpital.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Merde, il retoque.
Nobody at home.
Je fais comment pour enquêter sur ses actions, ça?
I cannot enter.
Bah ouais. Mais c'est pareil, c'est fermé, tu veux que je fasse quoi? Ah, ok. Donc c'est bel et bien la zone safe où il y a tout le monde.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Il a une bronchite.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
C'est stylé cette petite ruelle là.
You pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Il y a un mec là-haut.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Déjà, qu'est-ce que tu vends?
Show me what...
Un peu de tout.
fancy bar.
You never... How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But
Eh
with
bah,
me,
c'est une prochaine cible.
he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Ce petit bâtard.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever. Madness. Something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
What the fuck?
Yes. Those bloody immigrants should know their place, eh? How dare they do a better job than the lazy natives of this land?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Et il est où? C'est lui le racketteur là, gros fils de pute.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. For their dirty work.
Clay Cox.
You are a criminal who endorses criminal activity. The least you could do is stop hiding behind this pretense.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Ah, il est niveau 3, je suis niveau 1.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, Physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
The name is Colossus Joe. I don't get sick.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm a Harry, buddy.
Putain, comment je l'ai persuadé de ouf, lui.
Pain and suffering in this world.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
T'inquiète qu'ils en auront bientôt
Have
plus,
you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis?
plus à s'inquiéter.
I go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
Ah, il est fatigué. T'as vu, ils sont grave malades, hein. Putain, comparé à l'autre quartier.
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody.
Et tu penses que t'es à l'abri dans ta maison?
For fear of the epidemic.
On va rayer de la carte toute une famille. Le père qui raquette et le fils qui est un peu heureux. Ça va me faire des XP tout ça.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough like... Well, you know.
Speaking of which... What can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with that.
Heureusement que j'en avais fait
You
beaucoup.
need
Hein.
to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Non mais c'est juste pour que tu me rapportes plus d'XP. Hein.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Ouh. Putain, stylé le haut de la maison là, avec la cheminée et tout.
It's locked.
Lettre de refus. Cher Monsieur Peterson, il est de mon devoir de vous informer que votre candidature pour un poste au dock a été refusée. Je tiens à vous remercier d'avoir pris le temps de nous rendre visite pour nous expliquer la difficulté de votre situation, entre la perte de votre femme et votre fils malade. Mais je dois m'en tenir aux règles de notre entreprise, qui interdisent formellement d'employer d'anciens détenus ou criminels. Vos liens malencontreux avec les tristement célèbres Wet Boot Boys nous ont été rapportés. Les temps sont durs, comme vous le savez, et Finch and Harper comptent bien d'abord récompenser par un emploi les candidats dont la réputation est sans tache. Sachez que vous avez toute ma compassion et puisse Dieu être avec vous et votre famille. Cordialement, R&D Harper. Bon, je connais pas mal de choses sur lui du coup. Il y a un truc qui a... Ah, ok, c'est ça. Bon bah ok, on en apprend pas mal. Ah, on a 37 minutes de rec. J'avais pas vu. Ok, bah on va s'arrêter là pour sa première partie d'exploration de Whitechapel. Merci d'avoir regardé et on se retrouve dans quelques jours pour la suite. Salut.